Part 1 of Chapter 2, Class 7th, English, The Gift of Chappals.
So children, this is Armansi, your teacher for subject English, back with another chapter, that is the second chapter of your subject English. So, class 7 students, I hope you are staying home, you are staying safe. Without delay, let's start the explanation of the second chapter. The name of the chapter is A Gift of Chappals. It's a very wonderful chapter. We are going to deal with this chapter in part-wise. Okay, first in this video I'll be dealing with the first part, and then for the next part I'll make another video. So before starting the chapter, I would like to tell the backdrop. What is happening actually in this chapter? The thing is, Mridu is the protagonist. Okay, she is the central character. Mridu is a young girl growing up in Madras, now called Chennai, with Tapi, her grandmother, and Tata, her grandfather. So, Mridu is a young girl. She was growing up in Madras. She was living with her Tapi. Tapi means grandmother, and Tata with her Tata. Tata means grandfather. One afternoon, Tapi takes her to her aunt Rukumani's house to meet her cousins Lalli, Ravi and Veena. So one day what happens, Tapi, the grandmother, wanted to take Mridu to her aunt whose name was Rukumani. The name of the children of Rukumani were Lalli, Ravi and Meena. So Lalli, Ravi and Meena are the cousins of Mridu. So Mridu was taken to meet her cousins. So you think about yourself, what do you feel when you go to your cousins, when you will have a chance to meet your cousins? You will definitely feel it a wonderful day to spend your time with your cousins. So here also Mridu is going to have a very beautiful time with her cousins, and something very unusual happens there. A very good thing, a thing which is to be memorized as a memory for a long time happens there. So let's see what happens there and why the chapter name is A Gift of Chappals. I'll be explaining the chapter to you. So let's begin. A smiling Rukumani threw open the door. Ravi and Meena rushed out, and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house. So, Rukumani threw open the door. She opened the door, and then outside the door, who was there? Obviously, Mridu had come to their home. Ravi and Meena, that means Mridu's two cousins, they rushed out, and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house. They were very curious to meet their cousin. Wait, let me take off my slippers, protested Mridu. She set them out neatly near a pair of large black ones. Those were grey, actually with dust. So when Ravi pulled her inside his home, then Mridu started telling, wait, let me take off my shoes first. Then she took off his shoes near a pair of large black ones, and actually the black ones, the black pair of shoes were looking grey because of the dust there. You could see the clear mark of every toe on the front part of each slipper. The marks for the two big toes were long and scrawny. Mridu didn't have much time to wonder about whose slippers they were. Those slippers were looking very scrawny. Scrawny means it was looking thin. Okay, thin, long, black shoes, those were. So Mridu didn't have much time to wonder about whose slippers they were. She didn't know whose slippers actually were they, because Ravi dragged her to the backyard behind a thick bitter berry bush. Why she couldn't pay attention to the slippers? Because Ravi was, pulling her to the backyard of her home behind a thick bitter berry bush. There was a thick bitter berry bush, and towards there Ravi was pulling to this girl, Mridu. There inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand lay a very small kitten lapping up milk from a coconut half shell. So what was there in the backyard behind the thick berry bush? There was a torn football. Okay, football which was completely torn, which was not about to be used. So on the torn football, inside the torn football, sand was filled and it was totally like destroyed. And inside the torn football, there was a small kitten, small baby cat. And in front of it, there was a coconut half shell. And inside the coconut half shell, some milk was there to be fed by the kitten. We found him outside the gate this morning. He was mewing and mewing, poor thing, said Meena. You can see the picture here, how Meena, Mrudu and Ravi are taking care of the little kitten. In front of the little kitten, there was a coconut half shell. Inside this, some milk they put for the kitten. That kitten will be having the milk. So where they got it? In the morning only, Ravi and Meena found the little kitten outside their gate. And it was continuously mewing and mewing. And it was looking like a helpless animal. So they brought it to their backyard and they are nursing the little kitten. So let's see what happens further. Amma, it's a secret. Amma says Pati will leave for our Paddu Mama's house if she knows we have a cat. So they are not telling the fact that they are having a kitten at their home. Why? Because they know Amma says that Pati means grandmother. Okay. On that particular day, the Pati was about to come. Pati means Mrudu's grandmother also. Okay. So Pati was about to come to their home with Mrudu and grandfather. So if Pati knows that they are having a pet cat, so she will definitely leave their home and she will go to Paddu Mama's house instead of staying there with Ravi, Meena. Okay, so she will leave their home and she will go to Paddu Mama's house. So both these children, cousins, they didn't want her Pati to leave their home. That's why they didn't reveal that there is a little cat with them. People are always telling us to be kind to animals, but when we are, they scream, "Oh, don't bring the dirty creature here," said Ravi. So actually, Ravi was a bit tensed. He was telling that people always tell us that you have to be very kind towards the animal. But when we bring any animal, they definitely tell us that please take it out, take this dirty creature out from here. Do you know how hard it is just to get a little milk from the kitchen? Pati saw me with a glass in my hand just now. I told her I am very hungry. I want to drink it. But the way she looked at me, I had to drink most of it to throw her off the scent. So then Ravi went on saying that, you know how much it is difficult to bring a glass of milk for this little kitten from the kitchen? When I asked for a glass full of milk, my Pati was just looking at me in a very strange way. Maybe she was thinking what this boy is going to do. Then Ravi told, actually I'm feeling very hungry, that's why I need a glass of milk. When I told this, my Pati gave the glass of milk. And to make her sure of this fact that only he is going to drink that, he had to drink half of the milk. Okay. To throw her off the scent means to mislead her so that she won't understand the real purpose. So what was the real purpose? Why Ravi wanted to ask the glass of milk? It was because of the little kitten. He wanted to feed the kitten. I had to drink most of it to throw her off the scent. Then she wanted the tumbler back. Pati, I'll wash it myself. Why should I put you to trouble? I told her. Then when he completed half of the milk, then Pati was about to take the tumbler. Tumbler means the container. Here it is the glass. She was about to take the glass from the hands of Ravi. Then Ravi suddenly screamed, Pati, I don't want to trouble you. I don't want that you should wash my tumbler. I will do it by myself, I told her. I had to run and pour the milk into this coconut shell and then run back and wash the tumbler and put it back before she got really suspicious. Then Patti gave the tumbler to him. She came hurriedly and she put the remaining milk in the coconut shell, in the half coconut shell. And then he washed the tumbler and put it back before Patti got really suspicious. Patti got a doubt in her mind. Now, we have to think of some other way to feed Mahendran. So, who was Mahendran? Let's see. Ravi thought that we have to think of some other way. We have to find another way out to feed this Mahendran. Who is Mahendran? Let's see. Mahendran? This little kitty's name is Mahendran. Mridu was impressed. It was a real name, not just a cute kitty cat name. So Mridu was surprised to hear the name. It was Mahendran. It was like a real name. It was not at all like a cute kitty cat's name. Actually, his full name is Mahendra Verma Pallava Punai. MP Punai. Mahendra Verma Pallava Punai. MP Punai for short if you like. He is a fine breed of cat. Just look at his fur, like a lion's mane. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings was? Don't you? He looked expectantly at Mridu. Then Ravi went on telling, yes, his full name is Mahendra Verma Pallava Punai. And in shortcut, you can call him MP Punai. And you know, it's a fine breed of cat. Just look at his fur. He was just looking like a lion. His hair, his fur was looking like the mane of a lion. So it was looking very, a lion kind of animal. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings was? Don't you know that the emblem of the Pallava kings is actually the forefathers of this little kitten? He looked expectantly. He looked in a curious way at Mridu. Mridu giggled. Giggle means to laugh in a light voice. To laugh in a light voice is giggling. Think I'm joking? Well, just wait. I'll show you some time. It's clear you don't know a thing about history. Then Ravi was a bit angry. He told, you're thinking that I'm joking? I'm not at all joking. You don't know about the history. You don't know the history of the Pallava kings. Let me tell you what's the history of these Pallava kings. Haven't been to Mahabalipuram? Have you? He said mysteriously. Well, when our class went to Mahabalipuram, I saw a statue of his tatas, etc., etc. Then see, in a very, in a humiliating way, Ravi went on telling, have you ever been to Mahabalipuram? I had been to Mahabalipuram with my friends, with my, schoolmates, classmates, and I had seen there the statue of the tatas. Tata means grandfather in Tamil. Okay. So here Ravi is telling that I have seen the statue of the tata of this little kitten. That means the forefathers of this Mahendra Verma Pallava Punai. So Mahendra Verma Pallava Punai was not just an ordinary cat. It was the next generation of the cat which was there with the Pallava kings. Fact is, Mahendran here is descended from that very same ancient cat. So this Mahendran is the descendant, that means the forerunner of that powerful ancient cat. I had seen the statue of that powerful ancient cat with the Pallava kings. A close relative, scientifically speaking, if none other than the lion. The Pallava lion, emblem of the Pallava dynasty. Ravi went on walking around the bitter berry bush. Then Ravi started walking, and by walking he told that yes, it was not particularly that cat was the emblem of the Pallava kings, but the Pallava kings were having a lion, and the lion and the cat was relatives. And that particular cat's descendant was this Mahendra Varma. Waving a twig up and down, his eyes sparkling, he went on telling all this cock and bull story. We don't know whether it was absolutely true or not, but he went on telling such story by waving a twig, by waving the leaves up and down, and his eyes were sparkling when he was telling this story to the two little girls over there. This cat is a descendant of none other than the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. And if I may just remind you, they worshipped cats in ancient Egypt. And one more important thing is, you don't know of this fact that in Egypt also, the ancient Egyptians, they worshipped cats. So cats are not ordinary animals. They are having a rich value of itself. Okay, it has a rich value of its own. How he loved the sound of his own voice. Meena and Ridu exchanged looks. So Meena and Ridu, both the girls, they were surprisingly looked at each other when Ravi went on telling all these stories about Mahabalipuram, Pallava kings, and the forefathers of Mahendran, and then the Egyptians. They exchanged a strange look with each other. Who? Meena and Mridu. What does that have to do with anything? Mridu demanded. I am telling you, this cat is descended from the Egyptian cat god. No, goddess? Bastet? Yeah, that's it. So then Ravi went on telling, yes, of course, this Mahendran, this Mahendran little cat, it is the descendant or it is the forerunner of that powerful Egyptian cat god. Or it might be the cat goddess. We don't know actually whether it was a male cat or a female cat. But definitely this Mahendran is the forerunner of that Egyptian cat god. So, well, one of the descendants of that cat goddess was a stowaway in one of the Pallava ships, and his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat, whose descendant is Ravi flourished his twig at Mahendran. MP Pune here. Whoop! Eek! He shrieked, very pleased with himself. See, then how beautifully Ravi is explaining about the little cat. He told, the fact is, the ancient Egyptians were worshipping the cat goddess. The forerunner or the descendants of the cat goddess, which was stowaway means which was hidden, which hid himself or herself in a ship or an aircraft to travel unnoticed. It came to Mahabalipuram, and the descendant of that cat goddess was the Rishi cat of Mahabalipuram, and the descendant of that Rishi cat was none other than MP Pune. Whoop, eek. So here, whoop, eek means it's a kind of sound, a shrill cry made by Ravi himself. Mahendran looked up, alarmed. He had just been sharpening his claws on the edge of the coconut shell. So when Ravi was describing about Mahendran was sharpening his claws on the edge of the coconut shell. He was rubbing his claws against the coconut shell in order to sharpen that. And when it heard the shrill cry of of that little boy Ravi, what did it do? Let's see. But worse than Ravi's awful whoop eek was a screech from the window. What a weird sound! If Mridu was startled, MP Punai was frightened out of his wits. Hair standing on end, he bounced up and scurried towards a bamboo tray of red chilies that had been set out to dry. So when that little cat heard Ravi screaming, whoop, eek, in such a way, when Ravi started making a shrill cry, the little cat was just frightened, and frightfully it bounced up, it jumped up, and then it jumped towards a bamboo tray. And on that bamboo tray, some red chilies were put to set out for drying purpose. Okay, so when the little cat jumped on the bamboo tray, then all the chilies flew over himself. Trying to hide beneath it, he tipped a few chilies over himself. Meow! He howled miserably. So what happened? When the baby cat tried to hide himself beneath the bamboo tray, all the chilies which were there on the bamboo tray, it flew opening. It flew on the cat, and he howled miserably. The screeching went on and on. What's that noise? Said Mridu. Then the little cat started screeching. Screech means hear the sound produced by the little cat. Meow sound of the cat is known as screeching. The screeching sound went on and on. What's that noise? Said Mridu. Mridu was startled. Mridu was confused that what's this sound? She was just getting irritated of the sound made by the little cat. That's Lully learning to play the violin, grunted Ravi. Then Grunted wanted to make it to go in a different direction and told that actually Lully is learning to play violin. It's like Lully learning to play the violin. She will never learn a thing. The music master just goes on playing like a train, whizzing on and on, while Lully is all the time derailing, going completely off track. So Ravi again added to it. He told that whenever the music master comes to teach Lully how to play violin, she never learns in a proper way. Whenever the music master goes on playing the violin like a train, she goes always off track. She derails it. Rail means the train. Railing means to go with the sound of the train, but here derailing means to go off the track, to go out of the track. So here Ravi told that always Lully learns in the way of off track. Whenever the master teaches her, she never takes it properly. She never learns it properly. It was just to cover the fact that the little baby cat was irritating all by producing the strange eek sound, the strange screech sound, the strange meow sound. So the first part is over. In the next video, I'll be explaining the second part. Till then, you just watch the video completely and remember the difficult word meanings. That's it for today. We'll be meeting in the next video. Thank you. Stay safe.